Kay Jewelers Black Friday sale is on. Now's the time to get up to 50% off Black Friday deals. With savings this big, you can get gifts for everyone on your list. Plus, if Black Friday lines aren't your thing, skip them. At Kay, you can buy online and pick up in store or get free shipping right to your home. This holiday season, unwrap love and savings with Kay. Exclusions apply. See Kay.com/exclusions for details.
This episode is brought to you by Netflix. Jay Kelly, the new film from Academy Award nominee Noah Baumbach. George Clooney stars as an actor confronting his past and present on a journey of self-discovery, alongside Adam Sandler as his devoted manager. Critics are calling it a declaration of love to the chaotic art of filmmaking, with the Wall Street Journal praising it as a transcendent comedy drama. Watch Jay Kelly December 5th, only on Netflix.
Sunday morning. Well, like every Sunday, we have Governor David Paterson to talk about our city, our state, the country, and whatever else we feel like talking about. On Friday, we were together for 4 hours on the morning show on WABC, and we talked about Black Friday and how does that affect black people. and we had a little bit of fun, but the 4 hours went pretty fast. Governor, Sunday morning now. What the heck is going on in our country, our city? What do you want to talk about?
Well, I thought it was fun that on Friday, when we did the intros, we had all black singers for Black Friday. But honestly, John, over the weekend, I just can't let go of the pain hearing that the officer, the woman, first name is Sarah. I'm blanking on her last name right now. But she was shot along with her colleague in Washington and didn't survive. President Trump made that announcement late Thursday night, and it's haunted me ever since. And how this individual came here in 2021 from Afghanistan, well, you could kind of understand that because a lot of people are fleeing Afghanistan, but he had some type of relationship with the United States, whether it was the Army or the CIA or something.
Well, supposedly he was working for the CIA, and supposedly he was part of the assassination team in the CIA, which we opened up our discussion with James Flippin on Friday morning. Does that mean somebody, I said my opinion, that somebody paid him $50,000 to create a stir and take out those National Guard people?
Well, it literally was almost a suicide mission because he was in Seattle, Washington. He got asylum to this country about 3 months ago, and then suddenly flies to the nation's capital and walks up on what is considered in that area like the nicest place to be, where you'd go and sit, where you'd take your kids to the park and that kind of thing, and opens fire on these police officers. And really, this guy must have believed that he wouldn't get out of there because within a minute, there were 10 police officers around him. Somehow, they didn't kill him. But it just goes to show you right now that we've just got to be scrupulously careful about everything we do, and particularly the leadership, which is why I can understand that President Trump wants to tighten up the immigration laws right now because we're having these types of problems.
Understood. Now, what do we do to rectify this? I mean, President Trump all of a sudden has said he's going to minimize immigration from these third world countries where they don't have information on people.
Well, I think that what will actually happen is that there will just be a far greater effort to try to find out who these people are. And it's very hard to figure out who people are when they're coming from another country. It's not like you can call up their workplace where they were before and ask questions about them. You have no idea whether or not they have criminal records. You have no idea about what their family situation is. And I think that's why he's taking this action. And I don't hear anybody arguing against that, particularly in the light of what happened in the past few days.
Understood. what else? I mean, tomorrow is December 1st.
It sure
I mean,
is.
I can't believe 2025 is gone.
Flying right by.
I did. I mean, give us a pulse of what do you think Christmas is going to be like, or whatever.
Well, I read a poll the other day, John, that 46% of Americans who were polled think that we will be in a world war in the next 10 years, that it will happen. And 37% believe we would not be in a world war. 57% of Democrats were believing that there would be a war. Only 37% of Republicans think that way. But all of those numbers are rather significant, that I think that the human pulse is speeding up these days because people are fearful of a number of things happening, particularly when they see these dramatic events, such as the one we just talked about. And I'm wondering, what do we do to restore faith in the men and women and the children that live in this country, where they are, a third of them think that within a decade we're going to be in a military crisis?
And I'll tell you, though, but President Trump has been a person of peace. He has solved more wars in his 8 months, 9 months with being in office again than ever before. And now the only war left is, I guess, Ukraine and Russia.
Well, you know, it certainly looked at the beginning of this weekend, last Thursday and Friday, that that Putin was ready to sign on to the agreement. But over the weekend, it looks like he's changed his mind. President Trump is still working on that. He created peace between two African countries who've been fighting for the last 30 years. So you got to give him credit for that. And for him himself, right now, he's playing with the house's money. Things are working very well, and he's being supported. However, when we look into the future, I think he is himself taking some of these approaches because I think he fears that there could be an international calamity. If there's one thing he might do, it might be start attacking drug outfits in Venezuela. And on
well,
land.
he has
right
said that. He said that the other day on Friday. He said that the fact is that not only is he shooting down those boats that are headed for United States and with enough drugs to kill thousands of Americans, he's going to go on the ground in Venezuela and get rid of the drugs.
Yes. Now, John, I got a question for you. I really think that one of the real downfalls for American society was the infiltration of drugs, I'd say, in the 60s and 70s. In addition...
After Vietnam was the big item.
And also the Vietnam War. Why is it that none of the administrations, even including President Reagan, really decided to go after these drug dealers? Everybody knows where it all starts. But it's amazing that 40-something years went by before President Trump has decided to go right at the problem.
The truth, I don't know.
John, you're hurting my feelings. I thought you always know.
Is it called political contributions?
I guess it could be, but
what do you think it's called?
Well, what I think is that people, even in the highest levels of government, sometimes lack imagination. They'll think about doing things, but they would never do them. I think what all President Trump did was take what everybody knew and acting on it. It's actually not that hard once you realize how dangerous drugs are to this country. It destroyed one whole generation, the baby boomers, the one I was in, and and I think that really it was just that nobody ever thought to actually try to execute it at that time. Maybe the people who were in office didn't feel it was going to help them politically.
Wow. Okay. I mean, the truth is, 100,000 Americans died in the last 12 months from drugs. We've been fighting the drug problem for a long time. And even though the drug enforcement people tell us we're winning the war, I scratch my head sometimes.
I scratch my head too, John, because it seems to me that a lot of these ideas that we're finally getting around to using about keeping people safe is being taken seriously. And I think you're going to see a lot of that more on the local levels of government, even right here in New York City.
Understood. Governor David Paterson, thank you for coming on this Sunday morning. You always tell the people you get it off your chest, and thank you so much. And I hope you have a great rest of the weekend.
Well, John, I hope you all enjoyed Thanksgiving dinner over at the Katzmatidis' house, and we'll talk next Sunday.